Now I would like to request founder and CVO Ladders to Success, New Delhi, Miss Michelle Khanna to kindly come on the dais. Michelle, she had more than 12 years of experience as the strategic human capital consultant. Her areas of interest include developing human assist competencies, managing cultural diversity, and change management, especially in the content of startups. So let me welcome Miss Michelle Khanna on the podium.
Well, hello everyone. Okay, so thank you so much IHR and Dr. Binay for calling me here. And I'm very glad to see you all. First of all, let's break this boredom, shall we or not? How's the Josh? Pretty low. Come on, it's high. My voice is more louder. How's the Josh?
High.
2-3 people and rest is like, how's the Josh?
High.
How's the Josh?
High.
Again, my voice is louder than yours. Where's the Raji? Khana khaya nahi khaya? Nahi khaya. Still, we can even build up ourselves, right? Last, but I need a good volume, louder than mine. Would it be?
Yes.
Possible?
Yes.
No, we can do everything right? How's the Josh?
High.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Okay, so glad to be here, and as being a part of HR from last 13 years, it's in me. I love this role, and calling me on the special time which is about PM role and the vision for Atmanirbhar Bharat, or we can say that self-reliant India, correct? What exactly it means? It means basically हमारा जो भारत है, हमारे जो PM है, उनका एक vision है जो हमारे first speakers and second speakers who have spoke about that the speaker, that the vision of that Atmanirbhar Bharat and the self-reliant India is basically to encompass what exactly we need to be a self-sufficient into various sectors, right? Promoting the more of imports, which sir has already spoken about it, correct? And also promote the entrepreneurship, which again, sir has already developed with this, spoke about this certain issues and the clarity with the vision. Now, what is the role of HR? I don't want to get into align the different areas. I want to connect with you in terms of HR. What has been expected from the HR leaders to align with the PM Modi ji's, Narendra Modi ji's vision into Atmanirbhar Bharat? Or we can say that how the HR leaders help the India to be self-reliant. How we can make that? How is it possible for that? Any idea? You're also studying. I guess you are from management field, if I'm not wrong. Are you guys? So what is your expectations? You might be preparing for your jobs, right? You might be preparing for your entrepreneurship. So what is your expectations from the companies, if we talk about that? Generic idea. Generic. Any idea? कुछ भी? क्या सोचते हैं आप लोग? Come on. Nothing is wrong, nothing is right. It's just a viewpoint, correct? What are your viewpoints? Job करना है नहीं करना है? Entrepreneurship करना है नहीं करना है? Income कमाना है नहीं कमाना है? Simple. कमाना है कि नहीं कमाना है? लग नहीं रहा. Yes or no? कैसे कमाना है? How? Huh? Entrepreneurship. Very nice. What has been expected from you to be as an entrepreneur? That's your individual choice. How would you going to help the India or probably the vision of PM Modi ji's? How will you going to help into that? That's what we are talking here. बोलो, yes?
मैम ऐसा भी तो हो सकता है, हम एंटरप्रेन्योर बन रहे हैं तो हम एक डाटा कलेक्ट करें.
Very nice.
हम इंपोर्ट करते थे बाहर से मटेरियल, हम उनको अपने ही कंट्री में बनाए, मैन्युफैक्चरिंग कर, उनको क्वालिटी मैनेजमेंट करके एक्सपोर्ट किया जाए.
Very nice. Could we have a round of applause for this chap? Well done. Very nice. This is what PM Modi ji's vision, that we need to make our India self-reliant, self-sufficient into exports. Correct? Which you are talking about is exactly the same. You want to study the data, that how other countries are doing it so that we can do it in our country and we do the same thing. Right? Which is very nice. Now here we are talking about entrepreneurship. Now that is one scenario, if we segregate that. Talking about the second scenario, which is a jobs criteria. HR leaders, where their vision comes into it. How the HR leader will make sure that the vision will also come forward and this vision will fulfill whatever the vision of Atmanirbhar. How we can go forward for that? Any idea? See what an HR wants. Number one, if we talk about the skill development, hiring, yes or no? We are coming to your campuses to hire people for our organizations, right? So what exactly is required? The gap. We are not hiring people for the basis of that, yes, we have this profile and we want to fitment because they have a good comm skills. No. Right now the demand is of that the skill development needs to be bridged the gap. We need to find out that where are the loopholes where we can fill the deficiencies or fill the gaps among them, and we can train the people. It could be our own employees and it could be when we hire people. So that first thing which we can do as a HR leader is to bridge the gap of academia and industry. Correct? So in our organization, we can fill this gap by providing trainings, right, to make them more skilled. With the companies and with the placements of yours, what we can do is we want to bridge the gap by fulfilling the practical courses with the academia courses. That what is the difference between when you study at your college's level and when you actually work in the organizations, right? So you may be studying marketing, but what exactly we are studying? Are we doing a practical courses with that or not? What exactly has been expected from you on the day one when you join the organization? The productivity is required by the companies. So how we can fulfill that productivity? So HR role leaders has to, collaborate with the universities level to fill the gap that what we can do to provide extra industry practical courses, even by trained the faculties or even by providing and making a different projects which can a mix of academia plus practical. Correct or not? Second, what we think that as a HR leader we really need to do is we need to promote our entrepreneurship. Now, how we can promote entrepreneurship when we're doing a job? Correct? For our employees, what we can do is we can promote idea generation, we can promote innovations, we can promote the autonomy by giving to our employees that you could have more autonomy by providing, idea generation, by providing more inputs in terms of freedom of giving a speech. You come up with an idea and we could start up something different, right? So that is how you will develop the critical thinking. That is how you will develop the more automation in terms of the job which you are providing, and we are doing it. You have an autonomy to perform better. You have autonomy to think different and out of the box, which is what is the demand, and this will also promote the startups as well. Correct? The third which we think which we need to align, number one rather, I would suggest that HR leaders really need to understand that what exactly the organizational development and our organizations is actually making up policies and procedures. We need to align those policies and procedures with the vision of PM. Correct? If and until unless this vision is not been applied, how can we make forward to give a progress in this domain? So that strategies and policies need to be rebuilt, need to be aligned with the vision of self-sufficient if we talk about, right? Last but not the least, I will not take much of your time because I know that it's end of the year and you have already plans for your New Year celebrations, correct? This is one thing which I really think that what we need to work basically is on bridging the gap in terms of skill development, which I've already talked about it. Skill gap is not only the role of HR, but it is of each and every individual. Before me, the sir has spoke a very good word, which I really appreciate, and I really believe into that word, which is a self-awareness. How much you know about yourself? We have expectations from others. If I call one of you, the students basically, and if I ask you to tell us something about you, it takes a lot of time to tell us. Yes or no? Tell me honestly. And if I tell you that please speak about your friend, you can write a thesis on that. Correct or not? We all can do that, correct? So that is very much important how self-aware you are. The more self-aware you are, more you know that what patterns you need to follow, what are your patterns to observe, and what skill development we do require. The more skill development you think, do a lot of courses for yourself. Even if you want to go for entrepreneurship, even if you want to do a job, whatever field, whatever state you want to go for it, work on yourself. You can't come up with a degree holding that yes, I am a degree holder and that please hire me. Sorry boss, you're living in a wrong world. You're living in a world where skill development is number one. It's not only the vision of PM Modi, but this is a vision of every organization now. We need people who are working and giving productivity from day one. So you should be encompass yourself. You really need to work hard in terms of developing the skills which is right fitment for your career, for yourself, and for your course which you are doing it. Align your job, align your career based on that. So there's a whole thing. You are planning a career here, but you're doing a course here. Huge difference. Correct? So work basically on that and develop those skill development, and this is what HR leaders has to fill up the gap. Thank you so much.